Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, I'm Natalie, and in this channel I share my financial journey with all of you. I am a HR professional working for a small tech company from home, and I've recently finalized my move out to a new state. So I am finally catching up on everything that has been going on so that I can share how I've spent my money over the last several weeks. So right now we're towards the end of March, but I am finally filming my end of month check-in for my variable expenses, so bear with me as I catch up. I've been trying to push out as many videos as I had recorded, but I'm finally kind of settled and I can do this now. Today, like I said, I'm going to be doing my end of month check-in in terms of my variable expenses so that we can go over all of the things that I spent money on the last 2 weeks of February. So I do want to give everyone a fair warning. I have my dog right next to me. She's been having sort of like a tough time with this move, especially because she's always been around the rest of my family, and now that she's a senior dog, definitely has been a harder change than when I have moved previously. So she's right next to me, so if you hear any snoring, that's her. I'm excited to share what I did for the last 2 weeks of February, so if you're interested in seeing that, please keep watching. In the last check-in, we ended up on the 17th of the month, so on that Saturday I did start going out and like meeting with friends, as well as doing some shopping for my move. So on the 18th, I had already accidentally added an expense that I had. So this was for $97.94. That was for a new trash can and some towels that I wanted to get from Sam's Club. On that same day, I did contribute to my family's groceries since they were purchasing it from Sam's. So that was $50. And that was all I spent on the 18th. On the 19th, on the 19th I was also off because it was President's Day, so I ended up getting a few things. First, I grabbed some coffee from my favorite local coffee shop in Orlando. I miss it so much now that I'm over here. I need to start exploring different local coffee shops. So yeah, I grabbed a coffee here, and then I also did grab breakfast at Chick-fil-A, and I remember this day because I literally dropped all of my food and it ended up with just hash browns. So that was fun. And then I think I went somewhere else, and I think I went to Publix or something for my parents, and they were selling Girl Scout cookies, so I purchased some. Oh my god, if you guys can hear her snoring, I'm so sorry. Then on the 20th, after work, I actually went to meet up with one of my best friends at a food truck place that I had been to once or twice. That was sort of like our little last get together with her and her husband. So we went and tried a few food trucks, and I think we split different things. So my portion of what I bought was $22.58, and then before that they were running late and I was super thirsty, so I actually stopped at McDonald's and grabbed a Coke. So that was $1.61. And then on that same day I finally also made the reservation for the hotel that we were going to stay in once we drove up. So that was $223 with 68. And at first I thought it was a good deal, but I didn't realize that specifically Hilton has some extra charges that they require at check-in, so it turned out to be a lot more expensive than I was expecting, but you'll see that in another video. So that was for my move. And then on the 21st, I actually picked up my youngest brother from work, and of course he wanted some food but forgot his card at home, so that was $7.98. I realized as I was prepping for my move that I became super obsessed with Aldi. So I did an Aldi run on that day as well. And I can't remember exactly what I purchased this day. I think a lot of the items that I've been purchasing have been for like home organization, but that was $40.32. I also did grab some like miscellaneous groceries on that same trip, so that was $28.76. And then lastly, on the 21st, I also had a pickup order from Target. I basically just had some cleaning supplies that I needed to grab and some bathroom essentials that I needed to get for when I got settled over here. I wanted to have everything ready and good to go, so I didn't have any issues waiting for that. So that was $80. So on the 22nd, I had one expense, and that was from Amazon. And that was $69.07. So this was mainly for my dog. So I purchased a dog carrier for her because according to the rules in the hotel, I needed her to be in a carrier or a leash at all times. So I purchased that, and then I also had purchased a little car seat for her because she's never really done any road trips. So that was the only expense on the 22nd. And then on the 23rd, I did meet up with my boss for dinner. So my old boss, not my boss. And that was at Colorado Fondue Company. That was great. We had a good time. And then on that same day, I had gotten, again, McDonald's because the obsession was real this last few weeks. And I just purchased lunch, I think, for myself on that day. I can't remember. That was $7.43. And then lastly, on that same day, I also had my dog's appointment for her groomer. So that was $77.63, which is crazy. I didn't realize that it was going to be that much because this was with tip after the $30 deposit. So in total, the grooming, which was not even a full grooming, it turned out to be like way more expensive than I had budgeted for. That was that, and I realized that I skipped a sinking fund item. So on the 20th, I had also made a purchase of skincare from Target. So that was really mostly like moisturizer and sunscreen. So that was $44.02. And then because the restaurant was so far away, I did get some gas on that day as well. So that was $40.93. And that was it for that Friday. And then on the 24th, I actually went on a day trip to St. Pete with my best friend and her kids. So we actually went to the fairgrounds, which was really fun actually. And tickets are pretty average, I would say. So I spent $22 on my ticket for that, and we spent a few hours there. And of course, they had some different stores around and a museum and stuff. So one of the things that I ended up doing was that I got some vinyls while I was there, because they do have a record store on site. So I spent $90.93 there. On the way there, we actually had gone to breakfast at Crackle Barrel, so that was $15 for me. And after we did the activity and we went shopping, or I went shopping, we stopped at a coffee place called Black Crow Coffee, which was a really cute vibe as well. I really like that one. And I think I got a coffee and a croissant. And then lastly, we went and stopped in Tampa and spent a few hours there. And when we were coming back to Orlando, we stopped at a local barbecue restaurant that my friend wanted to try called Fred's Market. I've never been. It's like a buffet style barbecue, and it was packed. Like, there were so many people there. It was like in the middle of nowhere, and I never heard of it, but it was okay. It wasn't like amazing, but you know, it was affordable and the kids loved it. So, and then it won't fit here, but I'm just gonna add it in the next day. But I actually also had a toll transaction come through for $20. So that was on the 24th. And then on that Sunday, the 25th, the only thing that I had was that I did purchase my mattress from Amazon. So that was $534.11. And after that, the only thing that I had was on the 27th. So first I did get gas on the 27th because of the driving that I did to St. Pete. So that I just added a few more dollars. That was $23.21. And the last item on the month was actually an unbudgeted expense. So this was for my taxes. So this is the first year that I have a rental, so I didn't want to mess that up. So I went to H&R Block, and that was how much they charged me for it and how much I had to, like, you know, pay and whatever. So I just combined everything in there. That was it for all of my expenses for the rest of the month. As you can see, definitely I definitely made up for all of those days that I was stuck at home and then some. So definitely an expensive month, which I was expecting, and I should have probably budgeted better for. Just to make this quick, I've already added the sections in week 3 and week 4. Week 5, I just added the stickers in there, but there's no need for it since February is such a short month. So when it comes to groceries on week 3, I ended up spending $78.76. So when we do the math here, that is 110 minus 78.76. So that left me with $31.24. For gas and tolls, I ended up spending $40.93, which was just gas. So 60 minus 40.93. That left me with $19.07. Then in my fun budget, I was already in the negative, as you guys can see. And I spent another $275 with 48 cents. So that puts me at negative 328.48. And then for unbudgeted, I was also already in the negative, but on this week I didn't spend anything, so that just stays the same. So 95.11. And then on week 4, I didn't spend anything on groceries, so that kept my balance as is. On gas and tolls, I had the $20 from the tolls and also the $23 from the gas, so that was $43.21 total. So that means that we are in the negative by $24.14. Then when it comes to fun, I didn't spend anything since it was literally 3 days, so thank God for that. So my total in the negative was $328 with 48 cents. And then of course for unbudgeted, I had that additional $292 for my taxes. So the total here ended up being plus $292. That was negative $387 with 11 cents. Again, that was a very heavy end of the month for me in terms of February, but I wanted to make sure that I had time to, and I also made time to meet up with my friends before I left. So lots of expenses in preparation also to move. So I will actually be sharing a video probably over the next several weeks where I'm going to break down all of the expenses that I had and also just kind of let you guys know how much I spent by category, especially because I did have my family help me out with the move, so that brought the price of like the actual move a little bit down, but I also obviously paid for all their food while they were here. I paid for the gas for the cars, and you know, I paid for their hotels and things like that. So there's going to be a lot of expenses that I hadn't really accounted for as well. So we're gonna see if it actually made sense for me to have my family help me out versus like maybe having a moving company bring everything up there. That'll be a future video, but I hope you guys enjoyed this check-in. I know it was a little bit all over the place. It's been a while since I was able to record at this point, but yeah, that will be for another video. I definitely have a lot of catch up to do. I think I have a list of like maybe like 8 videos that I still need to do to catch you guys up to currently what I'm doing. So it's gonna be a while before you guys can see that, but I'm excited to share that. And if anyone is like thinking of moving and they have similar situation to me, maybe this will give you some insight into that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know down below if you have any questions, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.